Let's make water balloons together. Reusable. Here's what we need. We are going to start with the slip knot. So however you prefer to make your slip knot. We're going to work a chain of 2, so 1 and 2. In the second chain from hook, remember the loop on your hook does not count as a stitch. This is your first chain, this is your second chain. We're going to work 8 single crochets in that chain. So 1, 2, and I'll be right back. I've completed my 8 single crochets. So I'm going to put a stitch marker, which I'm going to use as another piece of thread in that last stitch that I did. And that way I know that's the last stitch I have to work in for each round. And now we're going to work 2 single crochets into each of these stitches around to give us a total of 16. I'm bringing up my tail so I can work around that. So I'm going to go ahead and work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2 into each one. And I'm also working around my tail, so I'm making sure that tail is on top of that hook before I work my single crochet. And I will see you back at the end of this round where you'll have 16 single crochets. Okay, I'm going to work my last stitch in this round. So where that stitch marker is, I'm just going to go above the stitch marker and work my 2. So 1 and 2, and now that gives me 16 stitches. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my stitch marker and put it on the last stitch that I just did. And pull that through. And now we're going to work 1 single crochet into each stitch around. So just 1 single crochet, and we're going to do a total of 4 rounds of 1 single crochet into each one. So go ahead and work 1 single crochet into each stitch and do that 4 times for 4 rounds or rows, whatever you want to call them. And I'll see you guys back. Okay, so I just completed my 4 rounds of just doing 1 single crochet. So if you look at the bottom, you can kind of count your rounds. You should have 6. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can kind of see the rounds, and you want to count from on the right side of your stitch marker. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to work a single crochet decrease all the way around, and we're doing that over 2 stitches. So you're going to go into your first stitch, yarn over, bring the yarn through, into the next one, yarn over, bring it through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through all 3 loops. So again, into the next stitch, yarn over, bring that up, into your next stitch, yarn over, bring it up. You have 3 loops, yarn over, go through all 3 loops. So you're just working a single decrease all the way around, and you'll have 8 single crochets when you're done with this round, and I'll see you back then. I've just finished decreasing around. I'm going to take that stitch marker out because I don't need it anymore. We're going to join with the slip stitch to that next stitch, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to work a single decrease all the way around. So insert your hook into the same joining stitch, yarn over, pull that up, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull that up, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through all 3 loops. So we're going to continue to do that all the way around, and you should end up with 4 single crochets. This is our 3rd time, and this is the last one. And now we're going to join with a slip stitch to that first stitch that we did. This is our slip stitch from before in our chain 1. This is the stitch. Whoops. So we're going to insert our hook, yarn over, bring it through. We're going to chain 1. This is the last round. And now we're going to work in the back loops only of each of these 4 stitches. So you're going to insert your hook into the back loop of that joining stitch and work 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to do that into each of those stitches. So in the back loop of the next one, if you have to use your fingers, that's fine. 1, 2, and 3. If you don't want to do the back loop, you can go through both loops. When I do the back loop, it just doesn't make such a big gap, I find. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we have one more. So 1, 2, and 3. And now you can join with the slip stitch to the first stitch and weave in your ends, or you can do an invisible join, which I'm going to do an invisible join. So you're just going to cut your yarn. Make sure you have a long enough tail for weaving in your ends, and then just pull that through. Thread your needle. Insert your hook from the front to the back of the first stitch there and pull it through. And now insert your needle in the back loop, underneath the back loop of the last stitch that you came out of, like that. And then just weave in your ends. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks.